How you doing, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's part 3 in the 3-part mini-series of transforming the rear of the M140i. Today, we'll be hitting the car with some brand new exhaust tips. So obviously in part 1 of the mini-series, you see me install this gloss black spoiler cap, and then we've gone on to part 2, which was gloss black rear diffuser from KSB. In my opinion, makes the car look a lot more aggressive, you can see, than the standard model as it comes from factory. So yeah, really happy with how the rear's progressing so far. So what you're going to really need for this one is obviously the exhaust tips. We've got a 10mm bit on the socket there for that bolt, and then an old rag and a hammer. If you've got a nice bit of thin wood, you can also use that instead of the rag. But first thing we're going to do, obviously I've got this manky old rug down again, just to stop me getting dirty, because it's wet again. We're going to take these old ones off. So to do that, all we're really going to do is find the back edge of the exhaust tip. I'm going to pop a bit of rag on there just to prevent it getting dented and scratched by the hammer, and then give it a few light taps. You don't have to go mental because you'll just bend it and snap bits inside, and then this should just come off. So crack on with that now. There we go. As you can see on the inside there, there's 3 sort of clips, like spring clips, and they just keep it on. So just keep tapping it and eventually that'll come off. I've had these off once before just to sort of see how they went on. So the first time you take them off they might be a bit stiff, but eventually they will pop off like that. Looks even worse at the minute, but that's what you want. You've got now a bare bit of metal, which is actually part of the exhaust, to pop the new ones onto. So crack on with that now. So I'm pretty sure this will be quite self-explanatory for some people, but I'll show you just in case you're unsure. So obviously it's this end that goes onto the exhaust, and then you use your 10mm socket just to tighten that bolt up, and that'll clamp it to that bit of metal there. So as you can see, if you can tell, at the back of the exhaust there's a little pin. It's just there. Now on the standard tips you've got this little slot, which you can see, which obviously that goes over, and it just prevents them from spinning round or anything like that. To be honest, for me it's not going to be an issue because I'm going to have the tailpipes sticking out just proud of this diffuser a little bit. Some people do cut it off, so if you want your exhaust tips to sit a bit further into the diffuser and not stick out, you might need to just get a metal cutting disc on your angle grinder and just chop that straight off, and then you'll have a bit more movement, and you can put them a bit further in. Right, so I'll just quickly show you how they go on, just in case you're unsure. So obviously I've got the little M badge there and I want that on top, and because they're real forged carbon tips, I want a bit of the carbon on show, otherwise there's no real point in me buying them and spending all that money. So literally put this end over the end of the tip, slide it back until you hit that little nodule sticking out, and then tighten it up. Next thing you're going to want to do obviously is just line up the M badge, if you've got one on yours. Just make sure it's facing up and as centre as you can. So when you're happy with the positioning, it'll be a bit awkward to film, but just want to do this 10mm bolt here, do that up nice and tight, so people can't nick them. So once you've tightened them up, that's it. That's all there really is to it. You don't have to do anything else, and you're all finished. That concludes the 3-part mini-series, transforming the rear of the M140i. Hope you'll agree, looking loads better, a lot more aggressive, and a lot more like a sports car at the back. There is going to be one more thing which is going to be happening at the rear of the vehicle, which I've not done yet. It's not specifically just for the rear, so I've not included it in this series, but from where I'm pointing the camera now, you can probably guess what that's going to be. So stay tuned for that coming up soon. All right, see you later. And I've just got to quickly tell you about this CarMax drying towel that I've got. Absolutely awesome. By far the best drying towel I've used. 1400 GSM, super soft, super absorbent, and I'll show you what that's like. Right, so as you can see, just washed the car, there's loads of standing water on the bonnet. So I'll chuck this towel on it. Now obviously this is just for demo purposes, but then pull it off. You can see, straight down, perfectly dry. So if you want to pick up a CarMax towel, head over to Amazon or hit the link in the description below. And as ever guys, thank you for watching this video. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button just down below.